Good morning and welcome to the Treehouse. This is Kag with your View from Above reading for Sunday, the 4th of August, 2024. So, this is the second time through this reading, and Mercury is retrograde today, which makes me kind of laugh because as when Mercury goes retrograde, we have some problems with technology and travel, etc., etc. And that was true for today. So, my previous reading of these cards did not work. So I'm going to just quickly go through the reading one more time, but you aren't going to get to see me shuffle because I already did that part. So this is the 9+1 reading, and this is for the energy for the day overall. And initially, we're talking about these three cards being the present energy this morning, and these three cards being the challenge for the day, and these three cards being the wisdom, and this being the Merryweather card. So let's start at the beginning and say that initially today what we're looking at is the Six of Pentacles, which is the card of giving and receiving, sometimes called the breadcrumbs card. It looks like he's putting breadcrumbs down there. So this card can be a card of giving and taking. And I want to remind you that pentacles are not money. Pentacles are resources. Pentacles are your family, your home, your pets, your children, your job, your cars, your motorbike, your garden, whatever it is that you have in this life that you have received or you have earned, and you're ready to share. And so it's hard to know at this point in the beginning of the reading whether you are the receiver or the benefactor in this particular card. So I'll come back to the clarifiers, but I'll try to recast the reading that I did before. The challenge for the day is restrictive thinking. That is the Eight of Swords. And I want to call out the water to you in the bottom of this card. And water is always emotional energy. It is associated with the Suit of Cups. So she is tied up, not particularly tightly here, but she is blindfolded. And she's found herself in the midst of this sort of prison of all of these swords. But if you see behind her, there's a way out. This is restrictive thinking. This is, I don't have any options kinds of thinking. It's fear, right? And so that, anyway, that's the challenge for the day. And when we look at the wisdom, we're looking at the Chariot, which is the number 7 card in the major arcana. And it is sort of the culmination of the 6 cards that come previous to the Chariot. You have learned the lessons of manifestation, of intuition, of expansion, structure, education, and choices. And that is where the Chariot comes after those previous 6 cards. So let's go back to the present energies when we're talking about the giving and taking. What that might be about. The 7 of Cups can be 2 things. It can be dreams, ideas, desires, maybe more so than ideas, or it can be distractions, right? So if you are looking at receiving something, it's like, what are you going to do with it, right? If you are looking at giving something, it's about, what from my resources am I going to give? And over here is the Strength card where she is trying to tame the lion. And she's being quite successful at that. So there is some kind of a impulsive quality to this reading. So be aware of the fact that you may want to think through this a little bit before you receive or you give today. One of the things I want to call out about this card is that it can be a card of control. So I'm sure that at some point in your life you've received a gift that had strings. And a gift with strings is not a gift. And so if you are about to give something, consider whether you are adding strings to that gift. And if you are about to accept a gift, consider if there are strings to it. So that may be what this is about here. The challenge is feeling like there is no option. Sometimes when we feel stressed, we can get into a place where we don't think that we have any options. We always have options. Sometimes we don't feel like we can say no. the relationship will suffer because of no. But that is something that we must learn how to do, is to say no if we're going to take good care of ourselves. So there's some prioritization. The Two of Pentacles has to do with the prioritization of things, of your time, of what it is that you're going to focus on. So that may be contributing to this kind of stuck place that you find yourself. The card, the Three of Wands, has to do with waiting for something to come in. You can see the little ships out here in the sea. They're not in the harbor yet, but they are coming, or else you have just launched those ships, right? And but you have to wait. There is a piece of waiting here for something, which waiting for something can sometimes really make us feel like we don't have any choices. But the truth is we always have choices, and patience is sometimes pretty difficult to conjure when we are really really excited about something or fearful of something, which can lead to this kind of thinking. The Wisdom card here, the Success. As we're looking at this, we've got the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is a really happy, playful card. This is somebody who has gotten a new idea, has some new thoughts about how he's going to do something, or something he wants to look into. But this is really a card of imagination. Frequently, pages will be messengers with some kind of communication, but sometimes it's really about an idea. And so that would hark back to this, perhaps. What are those new desires and ideas that you might have that you can pull from your imagination that will be successful in this situation? The Queen of Swords over here is someone who absolutely knows exactly what she wants. She's clear about it. She has no problem speaking up. So if you can kind of channel the energy from the Queen of Swords, that may be very helpful in addressing whatever this is that's got you stuck, thinking that you have no options. So this is about the clarity of knowing exactly what you want logically. So let's look again at those middle three cards. There's something about the giving or receiving of something here. And as I'm looking at this whole layout, I'm thinking, just be sure that whatever it is you're going to give or you're going to receive, that you are aware if there are strings attached, either those that you have attached to what you're going to share with somebody, or something that you are going to take from somebody if there are strings. And you have to be really thoughtful about whether that is something that you really want to get involved in. Don't be afraid to say no. And your priorities get to matter, right? You get to decide. We have to give ourselves, sometimes we have to give ourselves permission to say what we want. And sometimes that's really hard, but we have some success here at being able to do this. Let's look again, that we've got two cards here about being calm and patient while we figure this out in order to make a good move forward. The Merryweather card is the High Priestess, which is number 2 in the Major Arcana. And she is somebody who has a really deep knowing about what it is that would be the right thing to do. And so you might consult your inner wisdom also about making this decision about accepting or receiving. And that will also calm you a little bit about getting out of your head and getting into your deeper intuitive side. And being clear about what it is that you want. These two cards are really clear. This is about the expression of what you want, and this is about the knowing of what you want. So that's the second time that through this reading for today. I hope that you have found it helpful. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. And I hope that you will have a good day. Again, this is a new moon in Leo day, and so check the other readers out there, the other astrology people out there for some more details about what that means for a new moon in Leo. I will just say that the moon cycles are really helpful to think about it in these terms. A new moon is when the moon is dark, right? It's in the same place as the sun. And it's a good time to set intentions and to think about what you want for this next cycle of 29 days, culminating in the height of of the full moon about 2 weeks from now. And then as the moon starts to wane back to new, it's about closing things down, finishing things, and going forward. But you can find lots of information about that out in YouTube. So again, I hope that you found this useful or helpful. So please like, share, and subscribe. That'll push the channel forward. I hope that you will join me next time here at the Treehouse when we take another view from above. And I wish you blessings this day.